99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, morning everybody. Yeah, welcome to the Daily Digest, the first for this week. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Diabumi, as you know. And on Friday, I have a young lady I met online who makes designer clothes and teaches people how to make clothes for a living. And so I'm going to be bringing her on Fridays. You know, Fridays we tend to focus on the youths and so on and so forth. Okay, today we were going to talk about one thing, but in any case, now two issues. The first one issue is that having the son of the president at the swearing-in of the Chief Justice, I had somebody calling this morning, a pastor, and as far as he was concerned, there was no big deal. And so my mind went along his line of argument, except for the fact that it had become controversial. The CJ could have invited him as a guest, as her personal guest. It could be a family friend. And so, but then, you know, I have a conspiracy theory. That's why I'm paid to be an analyst, you know. And I then had all kinds of things. I said, okay, maybe he is the one who holds the president's medication. Maybe the president needs him for protection. It could be anxiety to make sure that his father is okay. Remember that the president came back from France and was supposed to go back, and that visit was truncated. The truncation of that visit, does it have anything to do with the change in service chiefs that we suddenly have? Is there a nexus between them? So my mind kept going on and on and on and on. But I said, okay, all is worth. It would be nice to hear what people think about his presence one more time, which is controversial. As far as I'm concerned, I can live with this. If that's the way the president wants to run his show, so be it. There's really no law that says that he can't be there, to be honest with you. It's just a matter of optics and a matter of how you regard, if you have your son be with you at work all the time, you know, when you're working, so be it. You're director of Nigerian breweries, or you're managing director of Liver Brothers, and you have a room for your son in the building, so be it. It's called taking your child to work if you don't have a nanny to leave them at home with. Also, I want us to discuss the issue of the pegging of the age for writing WAEC. WAEC says that if you are not 18, you won't allow you to write exams. As far as I'm concerned, WAEC has no business monitoring what age you write an exam. What you could do, though, because that's the ultimate aim, is to put a minimum limit at which you can enter university. And I agree that it must be 18. There's no rush. I don't know why people, if by chance a child has finished school at 16, let him go do something. Let him go work. That has happened to so many kids that I know. Let him go work for 1 year. You know, let him do industrial training, whatever. I think there was a year my son, in between his school, he learned how to fix phones. Thanks to his mom, though. I won't take credit for what I didn't initiate. It was his mom that initiated it. And before we knew it, I had a queue of people in front of my house trying to repair their phones. And since then, the boy had become a businessman of some sort. So, I mean, let's have a practical discussion on what is the hurry about you raising your child to university that you won't let him be an adult. Because what we're doing is we're gradually downgrading our universities. If you begin to have PTA, you begin to have all these nonsense things. That is not a university. That's not a university. In universities, you're treated. In fact, things have gone bad now. Before, you're treated formally as Mr. Disu, good morning. You know, you're treated as Mr. because, like I said, it's when you become a practicing adult. But before I do these two things, I like to go down memory lane with a bit of water in my eyes, of course, remembering all the things that we did. No, nothing happened to him. He's 70 today. My very, very good friend, John Taiwo Onobote. I will never, ever forget those good days of Crazy Horse, going to Shrine. You know, we were 18. How old was I when I met Taiwo? I met him when I just finished my A-levels. That means I was 17. I was 17 when I met Taiwo, and some of the things that we did, of course, they're not fit for daytime radio. But suffice it to say that very early in life, at 17, I knew what it is to be in a very big crisis. At that time, I felt the world was going to end, and the only person who came to my aid way back then is Mr. John Taiwo Onobote, who at that time, Sheriff, gave me 80 naira to save my life.
Can I ask now?
I wonder, I just wonder what would have happened if Taiwo hadn't given me that 80 naira. And if Osaneho, we had one friend called Osaneho, if Osaneho hadn't taken me to where he took me way back then in Surulere, I wonder what do you think would have happened to me now? Don't forget, I hadn't gotten it. I just finished A levels. I just finished A levels.
I think I'm speaking for everybody.
What kind of everybody?
Everybody listening in right now.
Did you conduct a census?
I could feel it, that they want to know, where were you taken?
Where was I taken? I was taken somewhere. Osaneho, I haven't seen him since then. I think his name was Peter or something like that. We call him Osaneho. And we all went there in a clandestine manner, going in and out. Nigeria has changed, I tell you. Nigeria, what we went to do back then, if you wanted to do it now, you sometimes you didn't even do it by WhatsApp. So I'd like to thank JT for years of friendship, standing by me in rough and water. I stood by him. JT, in case you are listening, you remember that day rain fell till about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and we were going far place. Sure, you remember? You remember that the circumstances were such that you did not have 80 naira on that particular period. And that's why we went in the rain to that place. But now we can look back and laugh, We've been together through a lot. He turns 80, he turns 70, not 80K, he turns 70. And I wish him a happy birthday. I'm not sure I will make 7:30 tomorrow morning. More like 9 o'clock.
What's going to happen?
I'm back today is I've already phoned my good friend Bartholomew Shason Kuyoro. We're going to have a good time today. Happy birthday, JT. I almost forgot that he's a twin.
Oh.
Yeah, when you have twins, sometimes one tends to overshadow. Everybody knows JT. His twin is a very quiet lady, Kehinde, very quiet, minds her business, looks at us as if only God knows who created these two people. I remember sharing part of what Lagos used to be.
Yeah.
Taiwo told me the first day I showed up in his house, as he was seeing me off, his father called him, said, Taiwo, Bobby. When your parents say Bobby, it means that, somebody said, now ask him, who is that boy? I don't know. I can't even remember. We must have been smoking in his room when Papa got to know that there was anyway. Because in those days, JT to all of us would drink, go to shrine and so on. So he now told us, he's my friend. So I said, I know he's your friend. What's his name? He says Jimmy, sir. Jimmy. Jimmy. Said, no, it's Jimmy, sir. Jimmy Disu. Who is he? Tani Babe.
Yeah.
This was in Yaba. And he said, I'm a lawyer Disu. And I go, yes, good boy. And I'm a boy. So, so I got an endorsement. And since, his children are mine, my children are his, and it's been such a sweet friendship. JT, I thank you so much for the 18 naira. If you want to calculate, because I know you're an accountant and you're an Ijebu man, if you want to calculate the interest, start calculating. 18 naira then was a lot of money.
Yeah, I figured.
It was a lot of money.
What
did you want to say?
What was it for?
Let me say, I'm not more.
Yeah, it's been a long time,
It's been a long time.
Actually.
I can't remember what it was for.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea?
Well, it's good. It's good that you remember at least that you're owing somebody 18.
Can you prod my memory?
Ideas. Well, I don't.
Suffice it to say, though, that I have an aburo who was a stray bullet.
Okay.
My mother had him at 49.
Okay.
Even when my mother was pregnant with him, she didn't even know she was pregnant. Until the time, Mama Lomuton, in those days, 50-year-old women were old. It's not like now. 50-year-olds, she was already tying her wrapper upstairs. And so once in a while, when that young Tosin, when he wants to step out of line, I let him know that if it wasn't for Taiwo, I would have had a son older than you. And she need to.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we are going to open. Happy birthday, Taiwo. We are going to open up our lines now and the two issues. What you think about age? The age limit for WAEC. WAEC, that's the issue for writing WAEC. Yeah. And when you were away, I said what I said this morning, that if you can write WAEC at 8 years old, it's not WAEC's business. They collect your money. If you pass, they certify you. But it should be for, am you going to play Liverpool? Wow. Sorry, I got distracted. Look like man is going to play Liverpool. Somebody's come and switch off this TV. Anyway, so you can, WAEC can, at any age, I believe people can try WAEC, whether 80 or 81 to do WAEC. It's university admission that I insist that we must allow, and this idea of PTA, we must let our universities be adult institutions and let people take responsibility from a very young age. When I went to UniBen and subsequently Unilag, my parents didn't know anything about it. I did the admission by myself. When I got kicked out of UniBen, I by myself, and my late aunt, God bless her soul, and my late aunt, I got myself back into Unilag and did everything. All my results came to me. You have to be an adult at that level. You have to learn to be an adult.
Right.
There is no excuse by saying that, these days you have to follow the children's phone. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp message now telling me that as a graduate, her mom followed her to her first job interview. You form my hand. The person who sent it. She'll be laughing where she is now. Leave your children. Let them grow. Let them make mistakes. Let them make mistakes. And the things that you fret about, how much of it can you actually do? Your child wants to go and register, you follow him. When my children were in Unilag, the two of them, I never did anything. They went by themselves. If there is a need for you to step in, then you will be called. For how long will you be following your children up? Anyway, that's my own opinion. Let's hear this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, Pastor Ladipo.
Good morning.
First of all, you have to say a prayer for my friend JTO.
God will continue to spare his
and
life.
I got to spare all of us. God to forgive our sins.
Uncle Jimmy, the most important thing is that God should continue to give people peace of mind.
But to forgive our sins, so that says, we are confessing now.
Uncle Jimmy.
Okay, please go on.
The only Eric Moore of
Eric Moore, Odogu 1 and 2.
Odogu 1 and 2. Uncle Jimmy, quickly, my take on this is this. You see, our institutions, I don't know if we keep dancing to the gallery or I don't understand. If WAEC is coming up to set up years, so that means they should now go back to the primary school again and return back to the entrance year that we're supposed to be using back then. Because normally, if you come up to that thing, you should be up to 18 now before you even write WAEC. Normally, if you follow the days of 6 years to enter primary school, then 6 years of staying in primary school, 6 years of secondary school. So if you put them together, you should be close to that year. So all these things is like, I don't understand what they are doing. Then lastly, Uncle Jimmy, on this issue of the president's son, we are just creating, I don't know whether we are creating unnecessary offices that are not necessary. Now we have the office of, we have come to agree the office of the first lady. Now we are having the office of the first son.
And the first daughter.
First daughter. All these things are precedences that will come back to haunt us tomorrow. You see, the precedence of the last administration has not been upgraded in this administration. Seriously, in the areas of appointment. So these things we are creating are bad precedences that will come back to hurt the country.
Okay.
Let's fight for a better nation and institution.
Exactly.
Thank you, Uncle Jimmy.
Okay, yes, you might think it is a force, but I think that we need to have what we call protocol and culture. That's why, for example, they tell judges to wear wig and gown, and lawyers to wear wig and gown, judges to wear wig, and so on and so forth, to enhance. There must be some mysticism about leadership. Otherwise, if it's open up to do as you wish, any country that does do as you wish is going to go as the wind blows it. We must have protocols. That's my own argument. Whether we'll have protocols that allows people bring their children to the office, we'll open up a playground for them. I don't know, but we must have protocols about what to do with our children. Especially if we go, can the PAMSEC come with his teenage son to school and open up a door for him, let him attend departmental meetings? But what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's have another one. Hello, good morning. Hello? Yes, quickly, please. We run out of time.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Michael. Could you me a sense of humor? Hi, the sense of humor is perfect. I tell you, you see that your 18 other story, you just told the secret, but the story of that your younger brother, you are just... you just, for those who should know, we know now.
I don't say you go know. You be Ogbologbo, I know you.
Uncle Jimmy, you are
I know you.
You are too much.
You be Ogbologbo.
You are sense of humor, Uncle Jimmy, I want to talk about that president's matter.
Yes.
I never cared. I never bothered about it. Even when the thing was raging on, it's none of my business. I didn't even bother because I don't care too much. If you like, you can bring on his people from Osun State. I don't have any business with that.
He's a Lagosian. He's not from. He's a Lagosian.
From Lagos, yes. I don't.
Or you think do you think he's from Osun?
He's from Osun State. Now,
okay, we can have a debate. I say it's from Lagos. You say it's from Osun.
I beg to differ, sir.
Are you back to don't worry. I want you have small,
So my point is that, but it was this morning when I was listening to Kofi Batters, that was when I just listened, because what Kofi said was something I don't agree with. He said after Donald Trump children and his daughter and the son-in-law had access to the White House. Please, it's not true. They did not have access to the White House because they are his children and his son-in-law. It was because the accusation was...
we have to go now because we're going to take a break. This engine will stop us abruptly. We are going to take a short break. Donald Trump's children were given political appointments. Yeah. Maybe the president would please oblige his son by giving him an appointment. Let's say personal. Then, but I also think that for personal reasons, because we can't run away from the fact that some people are worried about the president's state of health. It could be that it's a safeguard in case anything goes wrong. He'll be the most trusted person to administer the immediate first aid to him. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
We have gotten to a crossroads on Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ National Tournament of Champions, and one winner must emerge. Nigeria, meet your finalists. Mary Uke Ashia and Oluwalade Demilade will go head-to-head, toe-to-toe on Thursday, beginning at 3 p.m. Their first topic will be, should developed nations increase financial aid to developing countries? And at 4 p.m., they will debate the topic, is global media coverage of the Israel-Gaza conflict biased? I I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Join Femi Obong-Daniels and me as we meet Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ National Champion of Champions on Thursday. I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. 16 debaters, now 2, 1 winner, 2 million naira. Sponsored by Lesheho Microfinance Bank, supported by Chrisland Schools, Olaiya Foods, Obiwizi, Call to Fly, Biloxi, and Massey Street Children's Hospital. For sponsorship and partnership, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ.
Hi, I'm Natasha Kimani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In this first episode, I speak with Amina Salihu, a feminist and a practitioner in the philanthropy field in Africa.
And so once a country does not prioritize the well-being of its teachers, you're also diminishing the value that you have put on education.
Like and subscribe to Talk to Me Direct wherever you get your podcasts.
We fit protect your car, your savings.
I beg you, make you no let her dey boring. Make we make insurance. We lifestyle. You don't even hungry, you say, make your insurance. Give you pass wetin you dey collect. Make you no shake body at all. Because now good hands, you deal with Health Insurance Group. Come even join with Boku insurance coverage. You fit also enjoy free awoof like chance to fit network up to 10% discount for hotels, gyms, spas, and for 30 store. Where you like for the shop. Tickets to enter show events. Plus free materials to carry plan your tomorrow. So next time when person ask you, what your insurance company they give you self? Your answer supposed to be with Health Insurance Group. Of course, it plenty pass just insurance.
To follow Choplet all these, sign up onto www.healthinsurancegroup.com. That na HEIRS. Here's Insurance Group. Simple life day here.
Tell me which kind thing Viva no fi wash away, 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 away. Jenna tomato paste or coffee stain your body. Viva go wash away, 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 away. Chicken for your clothes now all you need for Viva to wash away, 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 away. Eh, gentle for your pocket. Gentle for your hand, oh my Viva, you couldn't make you shine. Oh Viva, oh no no. I love my Viva, oh Viva, oh no no. Uncle say bye bye to very tough stage, yo. Oh no no. Mama say bye bye to any kind stage, yo. Oh no no. Oh Viva, Viva, oh no no. I love my Viva.
Tired of network issues disrupting your business transactions? Say hello to Embassy Card, the payment solution for both customers and merchants.
As a customer, I can use Embassy cards for personal and business transactions, even without network or data. No network, no problems.
And as a merchant, I can accept payments on my phone anytime, anywhere, without the need for expensive POS terminals. Plus, I earn commission for every card top-up and cash withdrawal, like a POS agent.
Embassy Card offers contactless payments, secure transactions, and free fund transfers between cards, and available in light, green, and gold cards. Visit www.embassycard.com to get started and download the app on Play Store and Apple Store. Embassy Card, opening up your world.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate.
Let's go and get seats at that table with Semovita.
Sorry, this table is reserved for the bride's family.
Do you know who I am? I'm the older brother of the sister's last uncle who married their first cousin.
Everybody wants a seat at the Golden Penny Semovita table. Golden Penny Semovita remains my soup's first choice. It's made from premium wheat and fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide a wholesome bowl food that pairs well with Nigerian soups. Golden Penny Semovita, my soup's first choice.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You're listening to Jimi Disu, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Right, you're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, and we're talking about two issues. The president's son at the inauguration of the CJ, which is no big deal really. That's the style of the president, period. He's a doting parent, so he must have his son around him. Maybe there was no nanny to leave him at home with. And then also the issue of the age limit for writing WAEC. Okay, for writing WAEC were the issues. I have some reactions here. Somebody here who I'm sure, Salary says that, Uncle Jimmy, on this WAEC spec, a child can go and learn a craft for a year and then come back to write SSCE. That's the way to go, but it should start from primary 1 now, so this won't affect existing pupils. Another one here is that I totally agree with you. I did everything all by myself. I became independent at age 15, earning a living through making of hair braids. It was an interesting journey for me. I'm sure this is the one that we can read. The other stories I would have loved to have because she's a female. Yeah. And what are the other things she learned at age 15? And whether she had any Taiwan Obote who she needed 80 naira from. He said, this one he could abuse me well. Somebody here says that what was the 80 naira for? I will politely say Asco. Asco. This is Fulola Degboni. Says Jimmy. What was the 80 naira for? I will just say. Then this one says, a famous doctor, not the doctor of medicine, but doctor of education, says that the education minister erred. How do you bring such a policy and say it is with immediate effect? The current age of admission is 16. Let me take that. The why I tend to agree with the minister is that sometimes you have to do these things once and for all, and you can allow for adjustments. I remember I was in lower 6 when the school year changed from January to December to September, so that it will align with the universities. It was done with immediate effect, and the heavens didn't fall. Nigeria is a peculiar country, and that's why sometimes I'm sympathetic to the president who said that subsidy is gone at that time, though I criticize him. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes when you want to get things done in Nigeria, you have to use a cutlass to behead it. Some people say that you can't behead a man because he has a headache. In Nigeria, you have to demolish him and even pour. Are we not the ones who shot armed robbers and then poured? No, we shot, what did they call them then? And poured acid on their bodies so they won't rise up from the dead. It's a peculiar country, madam. So I tend to sympathize with the president and with the minister. If he doesn't do it, just like there'll be adjustments. Don't bother about that. What is the hurry? That's the part nobody has been able to tell me. What is the benefit of letting a child be in university at 16? And now you now talk about having cultists and all these things. It's not. You have a reaction there.
Yeah, to answer that question, this person attempted to answer it. Ajayi says age entry barriers for job entry led many parents to engage in pushing early education for their children. That's age entry barriers for job entry.
What is the age entry barrier for?
Like some jobs will say that they have an opening if you are not more than so age.
But you have just a 2-year difference, and you also have to think of the development of the child. You know, we shouldn't panic at things, because I've had personal experiences of those who go to school a bit too early. For example, okay, I'm a living example. I think I went to secondary school, if I will remember. I think I was the youngest in my class, for example. All my classmates are well over 70. I'm the enfant terrible of the class. I'm still trying to climb the 7th floor. And that's because I think I got into Form 1 at, I think, 10 or so. And it was a tough experience, but luckily, because I was a day student and because of my character, all the agbo that my late grandmother had given me, all the I also drank a lot of Hontu and all these things. It made me challenge.
You were simply a troublemaker. Let's put it that way.
But the truth is that I ended up slowing down eventually. Yes. It now took me, I wasted 3 years to get to university. What am I saying? Yes. 1, 2, 4 plus. By the time I was in my part 1 Unilag, I had 4 years behind me.
Oh, okay.
Something will slow you down. And I don't see the benefit, apart from vanity of parents. I don't see the benefit. If your child goes into university at 18 and graduates at 21, 22, it's not bad. What's your hurry? He has a whole life, or she has a whole life in front of him or her, as the Ghanaians would say. What's the hurry about? It's all vanity. We like to boast about everything, you know. And that, yes, there's a story here about some kids, 2 years of nursery from the age of 3, 6 years of primary school, 6 years of secondary. By 17, they go to university. They can wait for 1 year. Send them somewhere to go and work. Put them in your own office. Already, we've seen that is allowed in Nigeria from the top. If the president can do that, so can all of us. Bring them to the office, give them something to do. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. That's why you find at one time we had in some universities, we had some people who were bedwetting. Yes. Crying and whatever. They can't cope. And that's why a lot of people are misled. I think that 18 is just about the good age. And it says, this Madam puts up the argument, why punish children with inconsistent educational policies? Nigeria is an inconsistent country. Why are you thinking of children only? Aren't we all being punished by inconsistent policies? Because we are finding our feet. I support the government on this one. We are finding our feet. There's no point. Why? What is the hurry? Somebody needs to tell me what it is. If your child has a 1 year gap to get to be 18, and you run him or her, it's the same thing we do. A child is not up to 2 years old. You put them in school, then they write a report. This baby, he can identify A and can identify B. He can sing a bit of nursery rhyme by clapping your hands. If you, especially those private schools, they will give you a report. You think that this student wrote a thesis in whatever it is to get you to pay. Even in the UK, at one point, I think during Tony Blair's period, it was said that let your children grow as children before you take them to school. Though, having said that, you know, with the working, back in the day, you had a lot of housewives. And so, but with the working whatever, you tend to put them at an early age. But we put them through too much mental pressure. I can't do a primary 3 students homework. I can't do it for him. I've had people that say, Uncle, come help me with my homework. I will say, I'm coming. I forgot something in my car and disappear from there. You know, and you know, I think that a lot of the reasons given here are just for vanity purposes. There's no hurry. That's why you also find that a lot of we tend to get affected. We have a lot of people with big degrees and so on and so forth. But go through the social media, a lot of them have not matured. They're not matured. When they were in university, you wouldn't let them use phones. They can't go out anyhow. Part of what you learn in university is managing freedom. You understand what I'm saying? It's managing freedom. You have a reaction there.
Yes, we have plenty of reactions. Which one do you want me to take? Okay, let's take this one here. So I have this one that says, by the time that's Blair. Bless. By the time I graduated university in 2018, finished law school 2019, and youth service, I was 26 years old.
Exactly.
I was too old for many graduate training roles. Will employers adjust to this new system?
It will sort itself out. Trust me. I will not, because of what you just said, because he said he finished university at how old?
I think if she finished everything at 26.
What is everything?
Youth service, all of those things.
What year? How old was she when she got him?
I think 18.
You just said this person no repeats.
That's what this person put here. I don't know if it's a he or a she. That's what they put here.
Okay, next one.
Yeah. This Coyote says, can the minister guarantee admission when the child applied at 18 years? Some of us pursue admission for years and have to deal with the ASU strike before graduation.
That is another thing entirely. That is another issue. Let's face this. It says, Adesola Afolabi says in the UK, if you leave school at 16, you can go and decide what to do with your life. What does that mean?
Adeshola is simply saying that in the UK, you leave school at 16.
That is the UK. This is Nigeria. See, I don't like people making examples of other countries in certain cases because we have different cultural nuances and so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying?
I think what he's saying is at 16 in the UK, he's saying that you already start making your decisions.
But you can see what's happening to their youth. What's happening to their youth?
Yeah. I mean, everybody can see.
Where you find, for example, you find yourself in a train and the guy sits opposite you and puts his leg on the seat next to you. Tony Blair was right. Two things I remember about Tony Blair. The issue of the age and the need to professionalize the teaching profession. Let us let our children become adults properly. So that, because if you have 18 and you're dealing with mature people, there'll be no need to have a PTA. Why do we want to bring the standards? Yes. When you were in Ilorin, was there PTA?
How? Where?
How? Where? You took responsibility yourself. It's like I saw practicing adults. Okay, so what? You saw something?
This Uzezi says there's a lot of things that we did when we were young that seemed okay then. Kindly note the pace of advancement now with tech. I think it's wrong to cap age in WAEC or JAM. What is really wrong here?
Well, I think it's wrong to cap age in WAEC, or even if you want to do the JAM exam. However, I don't think universities should be admitting anybody below 18. It's an adult environment. It's not a place where you now admit somebody and people begin to direct their lives. They can't use phones. They have a PTA. They can't take decisions for themselves, and so on and so forth. So that's what we have. Let's take some other calls.
Yes, let's go to the telephone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning, Sheriff. My name is Makari. I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, much as I don't quite agree with the university 18-year-old cap, but if I may even pardon or agree to a limit to an extent, what about the WAEC? What happens when you have a set of classmates and you get to your final class just because you are not 18, you are not allowed to sit for WAEC? Don't you think that it will have a psychological effect on the students? Then when you say, Uncle Jimmy, when you say take them to your office and give them work, if you say they are too young to go to school, what would they be doing in the office?
Oh, for God's sake, don't you know what is called sarcasm?
Oh, well, okay.
Which university did you go?
I didn't go to university, because if I say that, you will tell me that I didn't go to Unilag.
I was just going to advise you, go to Unilag. We can give you a crash. We can give you a crash.
I know where you are going, so I didn't go.
Oh, sorry.
Why you run away? Why you have this phone now? Hello, good morning. I'm a naughty old man. Don't worry, I'm in a good mood today. Morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Moses calling from Lekki.
Morning, Moses.
The truth is that these things, I don't know how come people are not seeing it. It's really affecting the society. What can you really tell about the youth of these days, despite their graduates? Did you hear the way they talk? They think they are smarter than themselves. Sometimes you listen to them and you're busy laughing. It's not about going to school. Many people do not even know. I've always said, this university of a thing is overrated. People should go and learn work. It's just that the difference between abroad. Most things they do abroad is they are learning work. It's just that it's in a university way. Practical is the order of the day, and that they are being creative.
Do you know, sir?
It's not by going to university.
Do you know, sir? I'd like somebody to cross-check, but I think, Sheriff, that the day you turn 18 in Israel, you are called up for national service.
Yeah, I had something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the day you turn 18, so every Israeli is a standing member of the Israeli army.
I think in Korea too.
In Korea too. The day, I don't know whether it's 16 or 18, you are called upon and you must serve your country, and then you continue after that. Yes, I think it's 18. If somebody can help us Google it, then it will be nice for us to know. But I think it's 18. Let's get another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Coach Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. I think I prefer that 18 that they said, because I could remember when I was very, very small. I'm now 60-something years.
Yeah, 16K?
6-something.
Oh, 60-something. Okay.
Yeah. Then my late uncle was in the University of Nsukka, University of Nigeria. When he left school, and they gave him beatings in those days. And then take him to an office that he was head of the department. But these days, you see a child of 20 years, 22.
Yes.
And then becoming a graduate. At a time, they will graduate like 5,000, 10,000, and they come out, there is no job for them.
That's another issue, sir. Let's stick to the issue of the age. But thank you very much for your contribution. I have some information here. It says from the
This is Reuters.
Yes, from Reuters. Israelis are bound by law to serve in the military from the age of 18 for 24 to 32 months. Okay? Israelis are bound by law to serve in the military from the age of 18, 24 to 32 months. Here, now when our children get to 19, we see be swearing affidavit that they are 14 to avoid it. We need to devise our own system. We need to look at our environment. We are producing babies. We have graduates, they have 2-1, they have 2-2, they have whatever it is, but they are babies. You know, and if your entry point is weak, the output is not going to be any better. And so I tend to agree. You know, with the age, with the admission. You know, the issue of WAEC for me, you are just an examining body. That's what WAEC is, just to examine and certify the person who has done this exam. So whether the person is 18 or 81, your job is let him buy the whatever, certify him and give him the certificate. That's all. Your job is to certify people. You don't need to put an age limit on that. Can we have another? You want
Yes,
to go
we can.
To Israel?
Yes, we can. No.
What
am I going there?
You're opening up the form. You see? It's part of what we are saying now. Sheriff wants to go to Israeli
no, now.
To be 18.
How?
How can a pa like you be 18?
I was just trying to do a small research as to some countries in the world where conscription is mandatory.
I think Korea, like you said. Korea, like you said.
I have quite a number of them.
Yes.
Yeah, there are quite many. Quite many here.
Yes. That is even better than youth corps.
There are quite many.
Better than youth corps. Okay, so 9:50. I think I can take just one more.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
This is Beauty from Sule.
We haven't spoken for a while.
Yeah. It's been a while. I don't listen as often as I used to.
Please go on.
Yeah, so I think I agree with you that they should start uni at 18. So I think that if they finish at, for instance, 16, the 2 years in between, they can learn a trade or do something productive. Because I remember speaking to somebody from Jamaica, and she said that when you're in high school, as a lady, you have to either learn how to make hair or sew. As a guy, you have to learn either carpentry or any of those things. And anybody that knows Jamaicans, they're very good with hair.
Yeah.
So that 2 years or whatever you're in between, learn something, be productive, do cooking, do whatever you want to do, and then start uni at 18.
Exactly.
I think that's perfectly okay.
Thank you. Exactly. I think the what brought all this about is what killed the original policy where you do your school set at about 16, 17. You will do 2 years A-levels and then 9 months work before you go to university. At that time, you are ready, you're an adult. You don't need any form of PTA or whatever. Don't let's downgrade, our lives just because some people are in a hurry for their children to finish school. Because it's all vanity, if you ask me. Where are you rushing to? Where are you rushing to? And this idea that, okay, he can do school start at 16 and he then do at 18 is because you rush them through primary and secondary. Oh, I don't want my child to do primary 6. Where is it? Where are you rushing to? Oh, I want him to do entrance exam from primary 4 and so on and so forth. It's all vanity. If you ask me, it is vanity. And it is on that issue that I want to close the program for today not without saying happy birthday again to my friend Mr. JT Onobote. I want to set up a GoMe fund?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. I call it GoMe for GoFundMe to please contribute so I can return his 18 naira to him with interest by this afternoon. I will send my account details later. Happy birthday, Taiwo. And goodbye to everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9. Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's